All right. So we are live, or when people are listening to this or watching this, it'll be recorded. So I'm here with Cindy Newman. Cindy is one of my clients, and I want Cindy to tell her story because it's exciting. I actually talked with Cindy, kind of lost track after going through my program, and I was a little concerned. So I reached out a couple of times, and then we had a conversation. I was just checking in with her. I do things a little differently with my clients because I truly care about them. So it's not just going to the program and then end and good luck. So Cindy came to the program, and I hadn't heard from her. So I reached out and we had a conversation, and I'm like, Cindy, how's everything going? And all of a sudden she goes, well, I have a new client, another new client, and another new client. And then I talked to her today and she's like, I have another new client.
That's exactly.
So I want her to tell her story. And before we got on here, I just told her to be real transparent with everything going through the program, because I think that's what helps people more than anything else, is to see people with where they are, fears, concerns, being overwhelmed. Anytime you implement a new sales and marketing process, it's a large undertaking. And I don't work with people who think that what I call shiny object syndrome, where they just think that they purchase this and all of a sudden by osmosis things are going to happen. It's just not reality. So Cindy, tell us a little bit about what you do, because I think that's important just for people to know.
Okay, my name is Cindy Newman, and I have an internet marketing and website development company called Crank Digital Marketing Authority.
Crank it up, crank it up.
Yeah, we got to crank it up. That's what we do. And when I met Chaz, it was very organic through his sales process. So if any of you guys are wondering if this works, it does. Because I just thought it was the coolest thing that I got a personal video addressed to me saying, hey, we have systems and processes in place to help you with your sales funnel problems. And then there was sign up for the interview, which I did. And then there was fill out the questionnaire with all of the business information, which I did. Mm-hmm. And we had a fantastic conversation. And I really felt that Chaz was genuine and was very interested in helping me succeed, not just
definitely
his services. And that's what really convinced me, because, you know, we all get sales pitches every day. And you know, what makes the big difference. And it's interesting talking about that, because when I got my first client using Chaz's process, really seriously, guys, this LinkedIn thing works. Talking to business owners and decision makers works.
Right.
But the first thing he said to me, he's like, you know, I'm in sales and you really earned this. And I went, okay, how so? And he said, you know, you came and talked to me on LinkedIn and asked me questions, and he said, you didn't try to sell me your stuff.
Right.
You asked me about my business.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the beauty of the sales process that you're learning with Chaz, is that even with the questionnaire, you're asking people about their problems.
Right.
And then you're offering solutions to their problems. You're not just sending the next message saying, hey, I make websites. Do you need A, B, C, D? But you're able to address
anymore. Sorry, go ahead, Cindy.
That's okay. You're able to address someone's pain points, and at the point where they have answered your question, they're generally, you know, genuinely also interacting with you, and that, you know, follow up with the video. It takes work. It takes getting over yourself.
Right.
Geez, my makeup's not perfect today. I don't want to do a video.
Right. Amen.
So
reality.
Yeah. So there's that. And I mean, I don't know how many times I've said, okay, it's just got to be good enough. That's fine. You know, people don't expect you to be as perfect as you expect you to be.
Right.
So that's probably a get over yourself part. Another part of the process, which was kind of put yourself out there. LinkedIn was always very personal to me, very, through my life, you know, where I've been through colleges, grad schools, you know, travels, whatever. I knew everybody pretty much on my LinkedIn. So to go out there and then start adding all these people that I've never met and I don't know, that was really weird. That was hard for me to get over.
I remember our conversation.
Yeah. So that took a little bit of adjustment on my part, but it's so organic in the process. And so if you really, stick with it, go through the documents that Chaz gives you. If you get lost, say, hey, Chaz, I got lost. Where was I? I was in Sales Navigator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Searching out the target market, and I did it all wrong. So completely wrong. And Chaz
Okay.
Let's go adjust this. And all of a sudden, when you're talking to the right people, things start to happen. So that was also really good.
So, Cindy, let me go back just because part of the thing that was so amazing to me was just hearing your confidence level when I had that conversation, because I reached out to you and I didn't know what had happened. And you said, well, I've been busy working the process and I have a new client. And let's just do this addresses kind of where you were, or maybe tell us where you were with your mindset before the program and then to that conversation. Remember you said the conversation with the two partners, the husband and wife?
Oh, yeah.
Remember? So kind of explain where you were before and where you are now and why.
Okay. So before, I actually rebranded my company recently, and that was the before. I had been spending a lot of time trying to use a business networking group to grow my sales. And after much too much time and energy, I finally had to admit to myself it was not working. And I needed to come up with a different plan. And I was also looking for new energy. So by rebranding and letting go of all the past, I was searching for the next step to lead to this exciting energy that I wanted to create around my business, around our products and services. And I wanted something to move me from this sort of defeatist, the year before we rebranded was very tough because I started raising my expectations and I started losing clients because they didn't want premium service, but I wanted to deliver premium service. So you're gonna, and I did a lot. And that was painful. And to stick with it and believe in yourself and say, you know what, I am good enough. And the whole process at the beginning of Chaz making you do this sales mission statement, it's huge. I don't know if people understand how huge that is. Because when you dig deep and say, okay, this is what I do, and this is why I do it, and this is how I do it. And I promise you guys, I read it every day, at least once. You're supposed to read it twice, but I have a reminder every day, and I make myself read it because it puts you in the right state of mind. And I think this whole process really transported me into, a more proactive, progressive, confident person when I'm selling my services. Another part of the process that I thought was extremely beneficial and different. When you're a small business owner, you're always scared you're going to lose the sale. And especially when you're new. And so you try so hard to do everything and then people take advantage of you. The part of the process of setting yourself up as an expert, setting expectations, not letting people walk all over you, being in control of the conversation and of the process. There was a client I didn't get in this whole procedure because I didn't want to get her.
Amen to that.
And I knew that she was going to be a train wreck.
Right.
But in my nice Southern self, I just couldn't say, hey, babe, I'm not interested. But what I did do is hold to the process and say, hey, she wanted to call me in between two of her things and try to address a really complicated website in between. And I can't deliver a very complicated website when she's running from the grocery store to daycare. That's just not how it works.
Right.
So if you want to talk, here's the link to my online calendar. Please schedule a meeting and I'll be there for you. And after 3 times of that, she decided she didn't want to work with me. And I'm like, great.
Yay. That is so good. I see so many people chase. And I know we talked about this prior to coming on board, chasing after people and people ghosting you. within the process, it just naturally, people will fall out of the process that aren't a good fit. And then you focus on those that are, and then they don't bicker over the price. So tell the story, because I want you to say it in your words, because I remember it, that you said something about in your past, if you had ever faced a husband and wife, because these were partners, and the wife was, I don't know if she's adamantly opposed, but she was opposed and the husband was there, and that kind of put you in the middle. And explain what you kind of would have done previously from what you told me, and how you allowed the process to work in that situation.
Right. So in this situation, this is the first client that I onboarded through Chaz's process. And this man runs his business, with his wife, and they make decisions together. And I value that. I do. My husband and I each have businesses, and we do business together and always bounce ideas off each other. So before, I would have probably tried to call and make her feel better, or say something, or chase, or do to, well, I don't know, to try to allay fear, to sell myself. And instead, I focused on the person that I was talking to, and I said, look, I get it. I said, I know exactly where you are. I said, and if this doesn't work out because, it's not a good fit for your business right now, or your wife is just adamantly opposed, that's okay. I said, I understand. I said, I'm not going to sit here and try to say, blow off your wife.
Right. Hey, man, you got to address the elephant in the room. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's just not going to work out. And so I stuck with it. I said, listen, hey, if we, she even canceled the call, because on the video call where, she was supposed to be there because she handles all the marketing, and she canceled and he didn't. And that was okay. But because of all the relationship building that had gone on before in the chats and LinkedIn and, emails that by that point that we had, he already had confidence that I could do the job. And I have just tried also then to include her. He hired me anyway. Right. And I was like, wow, that's something.
Yeah, that's awesome story. And I remember you were saying that, didn't you say something along the lines of, the process was so good that, I don't know if you just say I couldn't help but it. I was just basically, I was sold. The process sold yourself.
Right. That's exactly right. This person is actually, part of his business is sales. So he has a sales region for this business that he does. So he's very familiar with sales tactics and how it works. And, he said, I really liked the personal approach that you brought to this sales process. And he said, you know what? Because I thanked him. I was like, I'm very excited about our video meeting. And he said, you earned it. Absolutely. Right. You've worked this process and you cared more about my business than selling yours.
Amen to that. And the cool thing is through the process, because I know you had those concerns, because you had those networking, you're spending all that time networking. It wasn't panning out. You're getting frustrated, concerned, then you had this fear of getting outside your comfort zone. And then going through the process, did it feel spammy in any way to you? Or how would you describe it? Because I know there's a lot of people out there on LinkedIn that let's just blitz people with a bunch of different messages. How did it feel to you as people started coming through the process and actually started telling you about a problem they have, saw you as an authority, and started meeting with you? What was that like?
Well, to me, it puts you in that position of authority because you're answering a question. I can't tell you how many times I have people link into me and then they send me a message selling website services. I'm like, do you even look at my profile?
Yeah.
I said, hey man, I do what you do. Peace.
Right.
But when you've asked someone a question and interacted with them and, you don't go, oh, I can sell you this service, but you say, hey, I have a system, I've got a process, and we consistently help our clients achieve better results, and I'm certain we can help you. That's not a hard sale, and it's not a cold call either, because you already have the pain point.
Right. Yeah, that's so cool. And just talking with Cindy, and when we got on the phone call, because I was talking to her and she said, well, I work in the process, and she told me about the one with the partners, and she goes, and then I got another sale. And they got another sale. And another sale. Now, is it 5 now? Because you just told me today you got another sale.
Yes, well, they're not all from the process.
And that's okay.
But it's the beautiful bleed over of all of this is the confidence that you gain in positioning yourself as an expert. It's totally changed the way that, just that I get from regular referrals. Right. And that through reading my sales mission statement and putting myself in the right frame of mind every day, when it's top of mind what I do. And so when I talk to these people and they need something, they've been referred to me, it's completely changed how I feel about myself when I'm going into that meeting. I don't feel like, oh gosh, I really have to get this. People smell that,
yes.
It doesn't make you look like an expert.
Desperation isn't a good thing. Nope.
So the whole process will bleed over into other parts of your sales funnel. If someone refers you and you can say, hey, this is what I'm great at. This is what I can do to help you. And your whole posture is different. You're more confident. And I think that also has keyed into right now we're batting 1,000. It's crazy. That's why Chaz is like, I hadn't heard from her. I'm like, yeah, I've had a hard time breathing.
That is awesome because of new business coming through the door. And Cindy, with where she was and where she is now, her just confidence level is just through the roof. And sometimes you can't see that, and it's just from someone from the outside perspective can see it. So that was, I actually had tears in my eyes just because I was so excited for her, and I talked to her and just to see another one. And so the process with the 5 pillars, short, medium, and long range strategy, it's about connecting from a place of value, not force spam. In the process, it's about a relationship cycle as opposed to a sales cycle, because you're building a relationship and then they feel comfortable to tell you about a problem. This is before even having a conversation. In that first meeting, they see you as an authority, or let's see, target market, decision maker, see you as an authority, told you about a problem they're interested in what you have to offer. And so that's where the conversation starts, the first conversation. And so Cindy, and anyone need website, go to Cindy, it's under Cynthia Newman on LinkedIn, right? Okay. Yeah, and she will crank it up for you.
Absolutely.
So rock on. Any final words?
I would just like to thank Chaz for all that he's done and for sticking with me and believing in me. And for all of you guys out there, I'm going to copy Chaz and go crank up your day.
Yes, and go rock this day. And this is why I do what I do. My passion, my why is to help people understand and realize their full potential. And with my background, it's sales and marketing. So Cindy, have a great day. Everybody, check out Cindy if you need a website. If you need help on LinkedIn, it's sales and marketing coming together congruently. Reach out to me. Go rock this day.